Good morning. How are you? Which classes are you in? You guys are the cool cats and you guys are the bright bunnies, right? Are you separated by class or are you all together? So who's in the leopards? Aha. Who's in the jaguars? Aha. Any panthers? Panthers are elsewhere? Where did the panthers go? They disappeared? I see. So do you know what we're doing here? Does anybody know what are we doing here? Yeah, tell me.
Because I actually have because it is outdoors and it works for me to have smart.
Ah, good. Anybody else want to answer? Go ahead.
We're here for assembly.
Assembly. Aha, that's correct. Okay. Does any of the cool cats know what assembly is? I think Kirtika Auntie has a microphone for one of you. So why don't you tell me your name first and then tell me what assembly is, okay? Who would you like?
Who wants to talk? Abhi?
Hi, Avia. Tell me your name.
Avier.
Okay, Avi. And which group are you?
CC leopard.
CC Leopards. Okay, and why are we here for assembly? What happens at assembly? Anybody know?
Everybody assembles.
Everybody assembles. That's very good. That's why they call it assembly. Exactly right. Good. Who else would like to tell me what happens at assembly?
Who wants to speak?
My brother's
Anyone? Tell me your name first.
My name is Advik, and assembly is basically whenever all of us sit in these kind of steps and sir stands in the middle and talks about something.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, are we about ready to go on, Preet? Are we on already or what? Okay, so I'll say good morning. Okay, so you're exactly right. Very good answers. Assembly is when we all assemble. Does anybody know what the word assemble means? Go ahead, tell me. What does assemble mean?
Assemble means it's like two parts away.
Like
In two groups.
yeah, like when the groups come together, right? Assemble means to come together, okay?
Yeah.
And it can be assembling people, like today, or sometimes you can assemble things, like when you build something.
Yeah.
Okay? Good. Just a minute. So, can everybody look to the camera there? And actually, some of your moms and dads will be watching us, and anybody who wants to can look in and watch us. So let's wave good morning. Does anybody have any grandparents or aunties or uncles or relatives living in places like America or Mexico or Europe or, yeah, tell me? Who was that? Your auntie lives in America? Okay, and say good night. She might be watching. Good night. It's funny, isn't it? Over there, it's nighttime. Okay, so you're exactly right. This is assembly. Looks like we have some more CCs joining us. And it's a time for us to assemble to come together to wish each other good morning and to talk a little bit about school and what we're learning, okay? And what we will do today and what we will do this week. Does that make sense? So, why don't I get 2 volunteers from Cool Cats and 1 volunteer from Bright Bunnies, or maybe 2 or 3, and you guys can come up and tell me about coming back to school and whether you would like it. Come on up. Great. You've got a microphone. I think Mega Auntie or Kritika Auntie will pick a couple volunteers. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name?
I'm Aditya.
Aditya? Yes? So tell me, Aditya, is it nice to be back in school?
Yes.
And what do you like about school?
That is very much of fun.
It's very much fun. Great. What do you do every day that's so much fun?
Learning
And what do you learn? What do you learn about?
fun things
Tell me a little bit more.
and have new experiences.
Like,
And
what kind of
so much-
experiences? Yeah, tell me.
like so much of fun.
Like doing what? What's the most fun thing you've done since you've been back at school?
Making a tree.
You made a tree? Wow! Did you do that in art class, or did you build it with your hands, or did you draw it, or what?
My hand.
With your hands. Great. Okay, so happy to have you back. Are you happy to be in school?
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay. So pass the microphone to your friend. Good morning.
My name is Swara.
Hi, Swara.
And-
you're a bright bunny, right?
Yes.
Tell me, are you happy to be back in school, Swara?
Yes. I'm very happy to be back in school after a long time.
And what are some of the things you do back in school?
I learn subtraction. I write a lot. I do art. I do stuff like that.
Subtraction, art, and writing a lot. Sounds great. And what's your favorite thing about coming back to school?
My favorite thing is that I get to, see all my friends and meet them, play. And I also get to see the school after a long time.
Right. And you actually were in this school before the pandemic, right?
Yes.
So did you miss school while you were away?
Yes.
And what are some of the things you learned during the pandemic? What are some of the things you learned while you were at home?
I built my Lego toys.
Wow, that's exciting. Great. Did you get to spend a lot of time with mom and dad and your sister?
Yes.
And was that fun?
Yes.
But you're happy to be back in school now, right?
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much, Swara. Thank you for sharing. Okay, we have some. Here, pass the microphone to one of your friends there. Come. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Ajitesh.
Ajitesh. And which group are you in, Ajitesh?
CC Leopards.
Leopards. Okay. And can you introduce me to your friends here? Who is everybody here?
His name is Kanda and he is in CC Leopards. Her name is Mahati and she is also in CC Leopards. Her name is Dia and she is in CC Jaguars.
And you guys look kind of like a rainbow today. You know why I say that?
Why?
Look at your shirts. What do you notice?
Some of the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, and they're all different colors, aren't they? Isn't it look nice? So is it fun to be back in school?
Yeah, it's very fun to be back in school and it's very interesting in school.
Ah, what is so interesting?
So interesting is when in school we get to do a lot of fun things like art, music, drama, painting and drawing and writing.
And what have you painted or drawn, or what did you do in art class?
In art class, we have painted window shapes. We have put patterns on birds and decorated them.
Great, thanks a lot. Can you pass the microphone to one of your friends? You're Ajitesh, right? Okay. Good morning. Tell me your name again, please.
Skanda.
Okay, and how are you doing today?
Good.
Okay, and are you happy to be back in school?
Yeah.
Why? What are some of the fun things about school?
I get to meet all my friends.
And what do you guys do together, you and your friends?
Play.
What type of playing do you do? What do you play? Do you play in the outdoors or indoors or football?
Outdoors.
Or what kind of games do you play? Which games do you play? Any game?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And do you have any questions for me?
No.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you what. You pass the microphone to one of your friends, and maybe she can tell you who I am. Okay? Great. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
What is your name?
Mahati.
Mahati, right. And are you CC Leopards?
Yes.
Okay. And tell me, Mahati, do you know who I am?
The principal.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Right. And are you happy to be back in school, Mahati?
Yes.
And tell me why. What are some of the things you do back in school?
In school, we do music, art, drama.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
And tell me, why is it fun?
It's fun because we get to do a lot of things in the music, art, and drama.
Right. And do you know what your mask says? It's a very interesting mask. What does it say?
Girl power.
Girl power. Great. What does that mean, girl power?
A girl that has power.
A girl that has power. Are you a girl that has power, Mahati?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me about your powers. What kind of powers do you have?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you, Mahati. Now pass the microphone to your friend. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell me your name again.
Dia.
Dia, right? Yeah. So Dia, which group are you? You're CC...
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Okay. And tell me a little bit about being back in school. Has it been fun?
Yeah.
So tell me more about what you do every day, about the teachers, the aunties, what do they do with you, all of that.
We do math, science,
You do?
and life skills.
Life skills, wow. Math, science, and life skills. And what are you learning in math, science, and life skills?
In math, I'm learning numbers.
Great. Numbers, okay. And what are you learning in life skills?
I forgot.
You forgot, okay. All right, why don't we come over here and maybe you guys can ask some of your friends, or you can ask me, do you have any questions? Okay, Dia? Why don't you come over and ask the Cool Cats who has a question, okay? And then you can share the microphone with whoever has a question. Can you do that, Dia? Thank you, go ahead.
Hi,
Hi, what is your name?
Ashwik.
Ashwin, okay. Tell me, Ashwin, what is your question?
Well, I like school because it's really interesting.
And what is so interesting, Ashwin?
Science.
Science. What do you do in science?
We are learning reflection and shadows.
Reflection and shadows. So you're learning about light, right?
Yes.
Great. Well, why don't you ask, do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, so why don't you turn and find a friend who's raising her hand, and then maybe somebody else can share if they have any questions or anything they'd like to say. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Ashvika.
Ashvika. So tell me, Ashvika, do you have a question or do you want to say something?
I want to say something.
Go right ahead.
I like school because I like LA.
LA. Now, can you tell me what LA stands for?
LA stands for English.
English, right. Sometimes we call it language arts, okay? And what do you learn in LA?
We learn about, I forgot.
Are you reading and writing and telling stories and reading stories? Is there a favorite story you have from LA?
No?
Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Can you pass the microphone to one of your friends? Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Amelia.
Okay, Amelia. Can you tell me about school? Oh, goodbye, you guys. Thank you for coming up to the stage. Do you have a question, Amelia, or do you want to share something?
Question.
Tell me the question.
I like school a lot
Okay, great. And why do you like school?
because it's so fun.
And what makes school so fun? What are the things that you do every day?
Art, music, and drama.
And which is your favorite subject, Amelia?
Art.
And what do you do in art? Do you draw, or do you paint, or do you make a mess, or do you stay neat? What do you like to do?
I paint and color. and
Great,
art.
great. Okay. Looks like one of your friends has something he would like to share. Can you pass the microphone? All right. Okay, we're gonna go to the Bright Bunnies in a second. Okay. Tell me, what is your name?
Saira.
Saira. And tell me, Saira, why do you like school? Do you have something to share, or do you have a question?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How long did it take to make the school?
Good question. That is a really interesting question. Who should we ask that question to? Anybody want to try to take a guess? I'll tell you what. Let's ask the Bright Bunnies and see what they say, okay? So go and see how long, you can ask them, how long do you think it took to make this school, okay? Go find someone who wants to answer.
I think it could take a while to build such a big school.
It could take a while. That's great.
Yep.
Okay, let's try to put some numbers on that. Are we talking years or months or decades or millennia, or what do we think? Let's see. Maybe he has a guess too, okay? Tell me your name again. Yeah,
My name is Advik.
right, Adwit.
So it will take the school build 10 years.
10 years. Wow. You know what? That's a really good guess, okay? Anybody else want to guess? Yeah? Let's try some of these guys. Tell me your name. You've got an interesting mask. Do you know what your mask says? Winner. Adwit, can we have that other mic? Yeah?
Zishan.
Hi, Dishan. Tell me what you think. How long do you think it took to build the school?
100 years.
100 years. Wow, that's an interesting guess. Okay. And who else would like to have a guess? Go ahead.
Actually, my name is Prayan, and actually, I think it took only 3 years.
Only 3 years. So we've got 3 years, 10 years, 100 years. Let's just get one more guess. Okay?
Four years.
4 years. Okay. Great. I'm going to get one more guess from Swara.
I think it took a really long time to build such a big school.
A really long time to build such a big school. Okay, great. So, I know you guys aren't going to like this answer, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, 100 years. Actually, they're all right, because it depends on what you mean by the school. Does the school mean only the building, Or does the school also mean the community, the idea, the curriculum, what we learn? So, yeah, it took about 3 or 4 years to build this building. Those are really good guesses. But it took about 10 years of planning before that. And it took even longer to build up the community that wants to build the school, the building. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Okay. So that's a great question. Any other questions? Tell me.
How much money did you even use to buy all of this stuff? Because there are a lot of stuff.
How much money did we use to buy all of this stuff? Well, that's a great question, too. So then the question becomes, where do we get the money to build the school? And do you know where we get the money to build the school? Anybody want to guess? Tell me in blue. Yeah, tell me. From the bank? Oh, borrowing money from the bank? That's an interesting idea. Do you have a guess?
Earning money by maybe shops.
Earning money by buying stocks? That's a really interesting guess, true. And actually, we do some of both of those things, right? And who really built the school? Who is the people that really built the school? Okay? It's a good question, and it's not the banks and it's not the stocks. Yes, Kritaj, you want to guess? No? Anybody want to tell me?
I think you had to sell something to get the money to make the school.
We had to sell something to get the money to make the school. That's also a really good guess. To be honest with you, the money for the school came from your parents, okay? And you said it quite right. We had to sell something, and what we sold them was a promise that we would build a beautiful school where you would be happy and learning a lot. Okay, does that make sense? Now, you also made some good points. We did have to borrow some money from a bank, and we try to take some money and put it into stocks so that we'll have some more money. And we do all those things as well. And that's how we got the money together to build the school. Essentially, we got it from your parents, okay? So your parents are the ones who built the school. So maybe you can go home tonight and tell mommy and daddy, thanks a lot for building the school, okay? Now, how much money did it take to buy all this stuff? Well, a lot. That's all I can say. I don't really know off the top of my head, but it was quite a lot of money to buy all this stuff, okay? Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Probably like 1 million.
Let's see. 1 million is 10 lakhs. You're talking 1 million rupees? Yeah, 1 million is 10 lakhs, and 100 lakhs is a crore. It was more than 1 million, okay? More than 1 million, all right? To buy all this stuff, and especially the building, okay? All right, I'm afraid, it's been great chatting with you guys. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go pretty soon. Are you enjoying being in assembly?
Yeah.
Who can tell me again, what is assembly? Which of the, is there a bright bunny who hasn't spoken yet who can tell me what is assembly? You were the first one to speak with us. Tell me. What is assembly?
Danut.
Ah, that's your name, right?
No.
Tell me your name.
No.
What is your name? Okay. Do you know what assembly is? Okay. Here, let me ask you another question. Are you having fun at school?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Are you a new student? A new student? Yeah. on a class visit. Welcome. Okay, you're visiting today. Welcome. All right. Glad to have you. All right, tell me one more time. What is assembly?
Well, assembling means that the students are in different grades.
Right. We bring different grades together. We assemble and we talk about what we're learning and what we're going to do. And when do we do assembly, Eliska?
I don't actually know what time we do it.
What time or what day? Or what time of day? You want to guess?
Yes, please.
Do we do it in the morning or the afternoon?
In the morning.
Why do you think we do it in the morning, Eliska?
Because it's just sunny right now.
It's not quite so hot yet. That's a good point. Okay, so thank you so much, Bright Bunnies and Cool Cats. Great to see all of you. We'll see you now every Monday. We'll see you for assembly. We'll talk a little bit about school, about what we're learning, and about what we're going to do this week. Okay? Thank you for your excellent questions, and thank you for sharing. And I'm very happy to know that you're happy to be back in school again. Okay? Have a great day and a great week ahead. Bye-bye. Say goodbye to everybody.
Quietly stand. Quietly stand. Okay? We'll start with the bright bunnies. You just take me. No, we'll. Akka, I'll go.
Okay.
Sweetheart, why are you cutting the line? Auntie, you take them, Auntie. Come on, stand up with me, sweetheart.